Bill Stubblefield. I'm on the board of advisors for the Institute. Well, it's a brainchild, and it's a marvelous brainchild of David Avila and David Welch. And the two of them were kind enough to come to my wife Bonnie and I at the very, very early stage and ask us to help to work with them, fleshing it out, to work through the concept, which we did. Over a couple of beers, we had a great time of talking about the potential. And then David Avila carried the idea to President Hendricks. And Mary said, hey, this has real promise, but we have to have some support for it, financial support. And the timing could not have been better. Bonnie had just recently supported her undergraduate school. I was looking for a school, but the schools that I had been associated with, also heavily endowed, what little we had could not make much of a difference. So this was a chance that we could fund a concept which we very much endorse and agree with, also with a school that we have so much regard for. Even though we did not go to Shepherd, we're well familiar with it, and also well familiar with the phenomenal staff Shepherd has. It's very difficult to turn on television or turn on the radio that we do not hear this slander of the other guy. Makes no difference which side of the political aisle you're on, you're going to take a position and you're going to be against the other party, whether you have an R or D behind your name. Totally controls or influences how you look at an issue, what you view an issue. That's not the way it used to be. I was in government until 1999. I can remember in the early 1990s, half of Congress or a third of Congress were what you call the moderates. There were a progressive side, there was a conservative side, there was a moderate side. The moderates disappeared. And because the moderates disappeared, we have this angst of saying bad things about everybody. We shouldn't be that way. So we know we're not going to turn the needle around and peg the needle saying everybody's going to be kumbaya, saying nice things, but we want to raise their awareness. We should consider what we have in common more so than what our differences are. And at least we should get beyond the point of you having an R or D behind your name, of totally controlling your view on a subject. That the Institute has great potential, and it is, we recognize, we being President Hendricks, the Board of Governors, and David Welch and others, recognize that we need to take a positive step in trying to position ourselves as the individuals, as a community, and as a nation, that we would actually look first to find agreement, and then at the exhaustion of that, then we look at our differences. But we need to look first to find agreement. And the Institute deserves everyone's support. Deserves support whether you do it financially, or do it just by saying a good word, or whether you're actually involved in some of the programs. So. The conservation series are going to get individuals that can speak very intelligently, very knowledgeable about these very subjects, but do it in such a way that it will be civil and yet to encourage public discussion and public dialogue. It is a special day. To be honest, I was dreading it, very much so, because neither Bonnie and I relish the spotlight, and I honestly believe we're getting more credit than what we should. The people that should be getting the credit are the individual that had the idea, the original idea. David Avila, David Welch, and Mary Hendricks. That's where the spotlight should be shown. So I anticipated we'd have a spotlight shine on Bonnie and I. So neither one of us were very anxious to come, but what a wonderful day it's been. We've enjoyed it immensely.